Could you tell us a little bit about your story and why you came to see Dr. Banning?
Well, David, I certainly will. My name is Russ Bell. I'm a business owner, and today is the 12th of
Yes.
February 2016. Well, what happened is that I belong to a networking organization, and it's a bunch of professionals trying to give referrals to each other to help them become more successful. And Dr. Bannock joined our organization, and she gets up and she tells people things like, well, we heal or we help people feel better with our hands. Now, I'm sitting in the audience and I'm like, yeah, right, the hands, sure, But you know, you're going to try to help people become more successful, so I have to go ahead and find out if it's real. So let's use Dr. Bannock. Well, I had open heart surgery back in March of 2015, and 2 months after that, it was still hard to breathe in all the way. I was getting a major tightness in the left part of my chest, and I thought, well, what the heck, let's go see. So I made an appointment, went in, and then, you know, she was like poking around on me, but not pushing hard, if that makes sense, and explaining to me that the real trauma may not be right where I feel it, which kind of makes sense, but I'm kind of going with it. Well, she gets done doing whatever she did that day, and I feel a little bit better. Nothing to write home about. Get home, next morning I get up and I've got about 75% as opposed to 50 on breathing in before it gets tight. The next day it's probably 80, 85. It hasn't gotten any better than 80 or 85. Of course, I haven't been back either. So I'm like, well, maybe that's just coincidence, and 2 months after the surgery it was just going to get better on its own. Okay, I'm still not believing this, right? And so then I decided, well, let's give him another shot. So I went in and I used to play highly competitive volleyball back in the day, and my daughter's playing now. And I'm getting out there and I'm trying to, pass the ball with the correct form, and it hurts, really, really bad. Probably like a level 5, level 6 pain on my left knee. So I went in and I said, hey, can you help me with that? Well, there was an intern there that day. And the intern, she was looking at my knee and in relation to the bone below it. And she's telling the intern, do you see how it's not perfectly aligned? And it's something about it needs to be dead center. So I'm just listening to him talk. And so she does some things, and she doesn't poke really hard, and then 2 minutes later, she says, come over here and look at it. And he's like, oh my God, it's right where it needs to be now. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I get home and I start, going through the motions where I'm going like this. And it used to hurt, like I say, about a level 5. It was down to like a level 1.5. Now, she hasn't seen me since. It's still about a level 1.5. That means I can now play ball with my daughter. That's important. And then the next thing happened, and the reason that we're standing in this general vicinity, you might wonder why, is because we were cleaning the house, and I was running upstairs to go get something. I'm in my socks. And I slip right here on this wooden floor. I don't know if you can see the wooden floor, but I slip on my wooden floor and I land straight down on my left side. Now, if I was 27, that wouldn't be a big deal, but over 50 it is. I figured I'd suck it up like all the guys would probably do and not do anything for a while. Then after about 2 weeks, it got really, really bad. I actually called Dr. Bannock in an emergency situation, and she saw me and poked around on it and everything, and I got home and it felt better, and I got up and it was virtually gone the next day.
Nice.
That completely freaked me out, and at that point I'm like, okay, I'm a fan. I'm a raving fan. I know this stuff works. I have no clue how it works and don't care. All I know is I can play volleyball with my wife, my daughter, and I don't feel this anymore when I hurt. So since then, it's been my pleasure to tell anybody and everybody I know, especially if I ask them questions and find out they've had discomfort, all about her. And I was amazed when I found out about the godfather in osteopathic world. was saying that she was one of her very best students, and all of the 20,000 hours of time that she had to spend. I can't even fathom 20,000 hours. So her education, her background is just amazing. You have to go. You absolutely have to go and give it a shot, because this is amazing.
How would you, thank you by the way, how would you say this is different from any other type of treatment that you've ever been to, whether it be another physician, a chiropractor, naturopath, acupuncturist, and anything of that sort?
Great question. And I think what I like the most is there are a number of doctors that want to put you on a maintenance program, right? I mean, they'll say, okay, well, we got you fixed, but we need you to come back every 2 months. You know, that's really what we need to do. And Dr. Bannock is like, hey, once you're fixed, if you want to come back in 2 or 3 months, that's your deal, but you don't have to. So there's no maintenance plan. The other thing is I like the fact that I don't want to put as many pills as I can keep out of my body. I'm more interested into that, right? Nutritional supplements, accepted. So I don't want to put drugs and take things like that. And when she just uses her hands to fix things, that's extremely exciting. I like the fact that the appointment is at least an hour long, and so it's not you come in and, you know, say hi and you're out of there. I mean, and most of the times when you get there, that it's your hour, so there's no wait. You know, there's no. It's awesome.